the constant should be the kind of politics, the kind of leadership, the governance in place, so that these old or emerging causes or conflicts can be resolved.
The role of existing leaders is to bridge the existing and the emerging one. Continuity is very important for Africa. Now, in Kenya, as well in my country, Ethiopia, we have shown to the public that peaceful transfer of power is possible.
We as a country should be proud to note that we are the undisputed regional hub of innovation, especially with regard to digital technologies. Nearly 25% of all of Africa's agricultural technology startups are initiated and hosted here in Kenya.
That is why my government has fashioned a program of economic transformation hinged on restructuring the institutions of our governance, modernizing our agriculture to enhance its productivity, implementing a clear industrial policy, and rationalizing the financial sector so that it supports growth in agriculture and growth in manufacturing and industry.
However, we want to make sure that the enabling environment for businesses and entrepreneurs to continue to do well are put in place. I believe strongly in the power of entrepreneurship in providing economic solutions to the continent and Nigeria's challenges. But for entrepreneurship to do well, the enabling environment has to be put in place.
Well, right now, I think that the people who really want to make a difference and want to really make imprints, they are going to Africa without asking.
I just realized that there is a lot we don't know, especially Nigerian youth. So there is actually a lot going on in the global platform, but it's very, very unfortunate that most of us here are not involved.
And I said, God, if you give us this license and this business becomes a reality, I'm going to look after all the orphans.
However, we want to make sure that the enabling environment for businesses and entrepreneurs to continue to do well are put in place. I believe strongly in the power of entrepreneurship in providing economic solutions to the continent and Nigeria's challenges. But for entrepreneurship to do well, the enabling environment has to be put in place.
Je pense que le premier problème, il est psychologique. C'est-à-dire que nous sommes dans un milieu où les gens pensent que se lancer dans l'entrepreneuriat, c'est un risque. Donc du coup, les parents, la famille, la société encouragent.
Our goal is to make sure that no child goes hungry, that we are able to feed every child, and every mother actually has the nutrients that they need to bring up more nutritious and well-fed kids in the world.
The role of existing leaders is to bridge the existing and the emerging one. Continuity is very important for Africa. Now, in Kenya, as well in my country, Ethiopia, we have shown to the public that peaceful transfer of power is possible.
The person that I've always wanted to be is someone who is independent, someone who's able to make things happen for other people. A lot of my life is about actually enabling others, and right now I'm able to do that.
I believe that deep down in my subconsciousness has always been the need to tell the African story.
Africa has put in place a vision based on sustainable development, looking at the future of Africa, what Africa wants as its continent.
But above all, don't forget education. I think there's this whole myth that you can get out there without education. And education for me is important for young people, because education helps you to structure your ideas.
I started Face Africa to address this very issue, the issue of water poverty. Since 2010, we've been able to reach over 120,000 people.
That the smallest efforts would make big changes in the lives of the millions of poor in the country who have little access to clean drinking water that inspired the mission of the High Atlas Foundation.
I think that it is very, very important to continue encouraging our governments and ourselves that the environment is not really an issue for tomorrow. The environment is an everyday issue. It's the air we breathe, it's the water we drink, it's the food we eat. And we can't live without these things.
What this partnership is doing is like helping us to expand the beneficiaries from 1,000 to 1,200. And this 200 is specifically for these two communities in Nigeria. However, we want to make sure that the enabling environment for businesses and entrepreneurs to continue to do well are put in place. I believe strongly in the power of entrepreneurship in providing economic solutions to the continent and Nigeria's challenges. But for entrepreneurship to do well, the enabling environment has to be put in place.
We have to be able to tell our own stories. Directors, filmmakers, entertainers, it's going to be clearly, and the press, it's going to be your job to redefine how people think about Africa.
Hugely privileged to, over the last 30, 40 years, to have traveled to every country on the African continent. Great adventures of course.
Let me tell you something, we have actually never ever paid anybody any at all. And that, never, honestly. But when you look at it also, when people are busy getting what you call waivers to make money here and there, we don't do it. If we
I am Malens, and I come from the richest country in the world. It is located in the richest continent in the world, in the west of the richest.
What are we resolved to? Revive ourselves now and alive! I want to thank
she was 8 years old. This 8-year-old continued to talk to me, and she told me what was going to happen to me this day.
And it reminded me of what the Tanzanian President Julius Nyerere said in 1970 when he was talking about opening the African economies, and he gave an announcement.
Well, first, as a religious leader, we know that religion and culture also come together. And in the part of the world where I come from,
Mobile Kula, Mishia, and Fulukama. I'm ticket, I'm getting I don't want to go back away. Also, Chela Mina, Utumunga, Meleve Kildu from 3.
And shall be the embodiment and expression of the culture, aspirations, and history of our people.
Sabi Sabra in school net room here. That's what me the year. For me, any abrofu she say money ye. So Sarah go for so
by every standard. I'm not normal because our society is not a normal society.
Hi, my name is Adebola Williams, CEO of RED. RED is a group of media companies that uses media to inspire and empower the African youth.
In 20 years, you will probably regret things that you haven't done more than things that you have done. So just go to things, right? Now, I would say to my 14-year-old person, do less, please.
I came back to Kenya to, partake in family business, which is restauranting, and then started buying in Kenya. But if I talk, I think if we talk about my entrepreneurial journey, I think growing up as a kid, I was always entrepreneurial.
Ladies and gentlemen, this may very well be our last official visit to the United States before retiring from office next year.
I owe everything I am to Nigeria. Nigeria, for me, is the best country in the world to live in, despite our challenges.
Depart convinced that today's United Nations does more than ever before. It does it better than ever before. Yet, our work is far from complete.
I think that it is very, very important to continue encouraging our governments and ourselves that the environment is not really an issue for tomorrow. The environment is an everyday issue. It's the air we breathe, it's the water we drink, it's the food we eat. And we can't live without these things.
But what is it that takes us from the service industry in Kenya to becoming this excellence, the service excellence that you see in Dubai? And we're
an entrepreneur needs somebody who takes a bit of risk and starts a business in order to make money. And successful is someone who actually makes money. I think a lot of people can be entrepreneurs and a lot of people are entrepreneurs, but they're not.
Work between taking the Nigerian music industry, the content, digitalizing it in the right formats and bringing it online both in terms of video and audio.
An example on the screen shows a cement mixer that's used to mix your pharmaceutical ingredients. And the folks in the picture are actually the government inspectors that discovered this lab and not the